Hey YouTubers, it's that boy Lee Joe, and we're gonna talk about something fun. It's a Marvel movie review. Da-da-da. So anyway, yeah, I've seen Marvel's Age of Ultron and Ant-Man a while ago. I've seen Ant-Man about 3-4 times. I've seen Age of Ultron like 5 or 6. So I should have did this video a long time ago, but I wanted to link Avengers with Ant-Man and vice versa and talk about the whole thing landscape of just Marvel movie news for the summer, and they killed it. They made over $500 million and they earned it, and it was worth it. Ant-Man was the #1 movie in the country for 3-4 weeks, and Age of Ultron was the #1 movie in the country, in the world before that. So it is what it is. Okay, we're going to talk about Ant-Man first. I'm going backwards. Sorry, but I just want to talk about Ant-Man first. And I'm not an Ant-Man fan, but they knocked it out the park. Paul Rudd was genius. Evangeline Lilly was genius. Michael Douglas was genius. Whoever wrote the script was completely genius. I did not see a heist movie. And y'all don't know me, and I would think you do after a bunch of videos or whatever, know a little bit about my movie taste or whatever. But anyway, I love heist movies. All heist movies, from the Italian Job to Tower Heist to the Fast and the Furious movies that were heist movies to I love heist movies. I love the episode of Dr. Doom when it was a heist. So I just love heist movies. So the fact that they turned Ant-Man into a heist movie, and then in the end it became like more of a superhero movie, was completely and utterly genius. They threw a different spec at you. And this has to be one of the best Marvel movies to date. And as far as like movie, it was a great movie. It was so fun, and how they linked, and they threw in Spider-Man a little bit in there. Then he had a fight the Falcon. That was hilarious. I love that fight between Ant-Man and the Falcon. And you would never think that Ant-Man could go toe-to-toe with any of the Avengers, which he's a B-lister, kinda, the Falcon, but he ends up being Captain America. But that's a whole other story that they haven't got to yet. Is after they kill off Captain America, which they will. And I think he's sitting the prettiest as the Marvel actors right now. Deontay Mackie or whatever. I'm sorry if I mess up his name. I'm trying to just go straight off the memory with that one. But he's end up gonna be the second Captain America. But they'll explain it to you or bring it to you whenever they want. So anyway, it's just how they tied it in, and the fact that they're in the same universe, but Hank Pym doesn't like the Stark family, and he feels some type of way about that, and that they reference dropping buildings out the sky to Age of Ultron, and then his friend in there was the funniest. T.I. did great. He did great with the limited screen time that they gave him, and it was just a good deal with him. Everybody in the movie fit. I like the villain. I like the fact that they gave Hank Pym's storyline of Yellow Jacket and the abuse and the Pym barcodes messing up his brain to the villain in the movie. They switched that around. See, that is an example of a good change, because I was actually surprised to find out that in the comic books, the villains in this movie, Darren Cross is an entirely different villain in the comic books. He's has Hulk powers and different mess, but they gave him the Yellow Jacket suit and kind of switched that up a little bit so they can kind of get Hank Pym back to being a good guy and a hero, and which he deserves to be. They reinvented the Ant-Man character with this movie, and it was mwah, magnifique. It was beautiful. It was beautiful how they twisted around and did that, and I love it. I give it a 10. It's one of the best Marvel movies today, even though the numbers don't signify that, but they're gonna make a lot of it. And I can't wait to see Ant-Man with the Avengers, and now I feel like he could be on par with the Avengers. He's gonna be great in the Civil War movies. Let me catch my breath for a second. And let's talk about Age of Ultron. Now, it is no secret of how I feel about this movie. It is a great movie. They shared screen time with all the actors and all the superheroes very well. The vision was great. Paul Bettany, it was a larger scheme that came together in Age of Ultron, and it was woven together beautiful. And in the end of the summer, we start out with, 15 superheroes or whatever, and by the end of the summer, they have given us 20. They added on an extra 5 superheroes: the Wasp, Ant-Man. We're gonna leave it at that because my head is spinning because I'm just so happy for this movie. Oh, the Vision, Scarlet Witch. I'm not too happy that they killed off Quicksilver. They could have did Quicksilver a little bit better and utilized his speed and showed that, okay, Quicksilver is not the type of superhero that's going to run and just get himself shot up. He's going to push himself into a higher speed and get him and Hawkeye out of it. But they never really showed him dying. That's the funny thing about Marvel is no one's dead until you see them die. So I think there's going to be a little bit of an outrage on that, and they're going to bring Quicksilver back. They're going to say, well, he had his healing properties. He was just really badly hurt, and his sister did something to bring him back, or I hope they really do bring him back. War Machine looked great. I loved the ending scene of how they did that. That was just beautiful. Of the B Team Avengers, that's what they are. Scarlet Witch, Vision, the Falcon. They're I said War Machine, but this is a great movie. And Ultron was very, very good. How they showed him how he just kept switching bodies, and he was implanted on the net, and like you will probably see Ultron good because the guy who played Ultron, he did it beautifully. It was a great movie, and I love that line of the interaction between Ultron and Vision. He was like, well, you're terribly naive. He was like, well, I was born yesterday. That was just such a great line. Like, it was beautiful, and the fact that how they played on all their strengths and they portrayed the Scarlet Witch great. My only issue with the whole movie is what they did with Quicksilver. They could have made Quicksilver a lot better. And then they tied it in, let you know that at the end of everything of the Ant-Man movie, the Steve Rogers and Tony Stark, something happened or it's going to happen where they're already on bad terms. And the Falcon is doing stuff behind the scenes, and they're getting a team together. Both sides right now is getting a team together. At least they show you Captain America's side, him getting the team together. And I love the end credit scene, the Thanos reaching into the vault and pulling out the Infinity Glove like I do it myself. The fact that he was behind everything that happened with the Avengers. And it was just, he was the one controlling it. He was the one that had his hand in creating Ultron, and shows you that his technology is up there with the it's a high universe technology, where the point that he has a lot of possibilities of stuff he can do. He doesn't need spaceships and different things because he has interdimensional travel. He has a bunch of different technologies that allow him to beat Thanos, and it was just beautiful. And I love Pierce Brosnan as Thanos. That's just mangasm. Let's just fangasm, or however, just let's put it like that. And it's just they did the whole scope and landscape great. They made great movies. I love how dudes like doing good, holding off. They're the Avengers. And then like it had a lot of little pieces in there that I watched it 6 times, and I still haven't soaked up everything about this movie. So it's, oh my goodness, it was a great summer for Marvel. Great summer. It saddens me that the Fantastic Four can't be a part of that, and they just messing with the whole continuity of the Marvel universe with that. But Marvel's doing a great job with this MCU, and man, they still haven't made a bad movie yet. The MCU technically has not made a bad movie. Now, I don't add the other movies in there with the MCU. We're only adding the MCU movie storyline. We're not adding the Spider-Man storyline. We're not adding the X-Men storyline. And we're not adding a god-awful Fantastic Four storyline. So, it's just all the other ones combined into one, and it's just groups and fits so well. And it's just beautiful to see what they're doing with it. And the continuation now, they got you hungry for the Civil War, because everything in Age of Ultron and Ant-Man leads to the Civil War. And I can't wait to see what they do with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. storyline. That's going to come out first before the movies next summer. They're putting out 2 or 3 movies a year now, and I can't wait till next year. I never wanted to skip a year so bad. Just please, God, let me live to see just the whole end of this Marvel movie brilliance. It's just, it's so beautiful. I love seeing this. It's beautiful. So, well, am I done talking? Because I'm tired. Boy, that takes me out emotionally, because it just makes me so excited as a fan to see things done right. And I hope DC lives up to this. They gotta have big shoes to live up to. I think they're skipping some steps, but we're not going to talk about DC too much. We're not going into that. But I'm happy with them too. So, with that being said, like my channel, subscribe. And oh, by the way, I give both these movies 10s. They're both 10 out of 10. So let's just cover reviews and everything all in one. So, with that being said, like my channel, subscribe, and until next time, YouTubers, you